We all have such friends that claim that they don't get drunk. Like, there's this friend of mine, 6 years into sobriety or whatever you call, he hangs out with people that are still in that same lifestyle. The person is like, hey, your Southern Comfort is still waiting for you, right?
That's not nice.
Not nice. You can just eliminate this massive part of your life without expecting something else to fill its place. How beautiful, Kelly. Tell us something about this more.
Well, there's two things. There's anything, life has is a vacuum. So when you create space, and you'll hear a lot of people in the self-improvement, I need to create space, or I need to,
Did you ever go through the addiction in your life?
I mean, my whole life has been addiction. I would argue that I'm now addicted to hard people make easy times make hard people, and hard people make easy times. So it's the circle of life.
Hey, Kelly, thank you so much for joining Gold Media. Welcome to the podcast. How are you?
I'm lovely. If I was any better, I would be, I don't know, floating, I guess.
I see. You are kicking butts, like literally harder than life, people. Tell us all about your journey from nothing to harder than life and kicking butts.
Well, thank you very much. That's my first book. We have a second book coming up. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, I'm not sure where this is all available, but she's holding up my first book, Harder Than Life, which started in the pandemic. While I was sitting at home and revamping me, I decided to basically just write a memoir about it and articulate it as I was going through it. So I did this war on myself where I wanted to be a better human, a better partner, a better father, a better businessman. And I just waged war on myself during the pandemic while a lot of people were drinking and day drinking and just wasting their time. Right. I was working on my mind, my body, and I documented in that book. And I said, this is what I'm going to do next. And now I wrote book number 2, which by the time this comes out will probably be ready. It's called Happier Than Life. So if you do all the harder than life work that I teach, right, you become happier than life. And then book 3 will eventually be Healthier Than Life. And we'll do a kind of a fitness one. So yeah, I grew up in poor, abused kid off of 8 Mile in Van Dyke. My claim to fame is I went to high school with Eminem for a year. Good dude. Had a lot of fun with him back in the day. And, we grew up with nothing. So I've become something. I don't know what that is quite yet, but the whole Heart and Life movement is for significance. I just want to chase significance and give back to the world, because I don't believe that I was supposed to be here. And there's got to be a reason why I made it through all the trials and tribulations, all the beatings, all the shootings and the stabbings and everything that's happened in my life that I've articulated in the book. And here I am today sitting on a tech podcast with you. So I'm excited, and life is good, but it hasn't always been that way. And it has to be intentional. It has to be created. And that's what I've done.
Absolutely. And I think there's something about kids that are completely deprived in their young life. Those are the kids that make it big in life. This is something which is internal, my observation. And talking about the book, there's something which is really nice that I just read. You can just eliminate this massive part of your life without expecting something else to fill its place. How beautiful, Kelly. Tell us something about this more.
Well, there's two things. There's anything, life is a vacuum. So when you create space, and you'll hear a lot of people in the self-improvement, I need to create space, or I need to hold space for you. And if you hold space or create space, negativity tends to fill it up faster, because negativity moves a lot faster. So you have to be very diligent on what you allow. And it's through standards and boundaries. Right? You have everybody's boundary up. And it's just very simple. And the standards are in business, boundaries are personal. So if what you allow will continue, and what you don't hate, you will eventually tolerate. So yeah, when I eliminated all the negative things, I got bored. And my normal was chaos, and my body and my being wanted to be doing, and I just forced it to be silent, still, and in solitude. And in that time, I figured out who I was, what I really wanted, and not this big, tough, armored guy that was pretending to be somebody he wasn't. And I'm loving my life now. I'm in a complete alignment. I'm in oneness with who I'm supposed to be and who I want to be, and it feels good.
Did you ever go through the addiction in your life?
I mean, my whole life has been addiction. And I would argue that I'm now addicted to the expansion of my mind and my body, and I
Positive addiction.
yes, but it's still an addiction. I think you only trade one for the other. I traded the alcohol and drugs and sex and women for winning. And winning to me, and it's an Ed Milet line that I stole from him. Thanks, Ed. And it's winning is more fun than fun is fun to me.
That it's so bold of you to come on a podcast and, talk about your, like, all the bad habits, or be it addiction, be it women, be it anything. Not a lot of people would do it. So is this something like happening over here at the mental level, or you always thought that you didn't have anything to lose? So here I am, version 2 of myself, giving completely to the world.
Well, if those that were close to me, I would speak very freely and open, and it's called vulnerability, and really I don't subscribe to this vulnerability. I call it transparency. And so at first it wasn't always this way. I mean, I've been at this now for almost 3 years. I've been working on myself very hard, my 2.0 version of myself, for 6 years, and I probably should have done it 15 years ago. So you start somewhere. Like, it's like riding a bike. You get on your bike, you take 2 pedals, you fall down, and then you take 4 pedals and you fall down, and you get better and better and better. So now I understand what resonates with audience, what they want to hear. Everybody loves the overcoming adversity story. Everybody likes the underdog story, and I'm the ultimate underdog. And if I'm not doing this for the fame, for the fortune, for the money, for anything. It's all for charity. So if you do it for the right reasons, it becomes easier and easier to tell your story. When you read the book, you'll see it starts off with a terrible version of me having to empty a jar of urine for my stepfather. That was my first job. So it was funny that you talked about adversity, because I've overcorrected with my daughter, and she's never faced adversity. So she has a lot of expectations, and we are now battling through her mailing in her grades and not really applying herself. So I talk about my girlfriend every day. We're like, we had to struggle and fight and claw. And those are the people that really make change in the world. It's rarely the people that had an easy upbringing. What do they say? Tony Robbins says, hard people make easy times make hard people, and hard people make easy times. So it's the circle of life.
It's a circle. No wonder they are privileged. I know, like, if we deprive anybody of anything, they are going to find out ways and work harder to just achieve those things in life. So,
but you think about it,
right.
The duality works for everything. So if you think of someone who's addicted to drugs, a lot of them don't have money, but they figure out a way to get their drugs. So when your back is against the wall, you become very resourceful. And when you have to do something, it makes it that much. And that's what some people think it's just good enough that they can get by. So that doesn't make it change. It's that. So I do a lot of forced hard in my life, ice baths, 4 a.m. wake ups, work out 500 times this year. I put myself in difficult situations.
Come to that. What is this new obsession of 5 a.m. club? And then people like us feel guilty about it, not being part of it. We just feel that there's some kind of a mental health party going on at 5 a.m.
A mental health party at 5 a.m. Yeah, so, little known fact, my 5 a.m. workout started years ago because I wanted to drink. So I knew that physical fitness was important to me, because when I was younger and I was getting abused by my stepfather and my mother, I built this big body to protect myself. And that was what protected me, and it stayed with me forever, even when I moved on and there was no perceived safety issue anymore. So it was a priority to me that was ingrained in my youth. So if I knew I would end up out drinking in the tech business is what we did. We met for happy hour, and I knew that as soon as I had a drink, I wasn't going to go to the gym. So I started working out at 5 a.m. to get it out. And you know what they say, do hard things first. So it has morphed into the mental health exercises you talk about. And my morning routine is probably more intense than many. It would rival David Goggins or any of the big time influencers that I could name drop. But you know, it just what makes me happy. Joy is one hell of an alarm clock. I wake up every morning and I'm happy to be alive. I don't have a terrible tech company where there's nothing but problems. I don't have a reactionary life. I bring life to the world. And I know that sounds, you said bold. I think I blend the boldness with a lot of humility because I'm grateful to be here. And 1 inch to either side, I could be dead. I've been shot at and missed, thank goodness. I've been punched. I've been ran over. Who knows? I could not be here. So I'm very grateful, and I'm going to pay it forward. I heard a great analogy for hope called help one person every day. And when I'm talking to you right now, I'm trying to, if one person from the podcast reaches out to me, then we've done our job.
Absolutely. So what do you have to tell about people that are addicted to anything, probably substance or drinking? And what are some of the signs to look for to see whether this person is really falling in that trap?
Ooh, 2 good questions. So first thing is whatever you're doing affecting your life?
Yeah.
That's really the number one thing. It's a lot of people, I get this all the time. I'll tell people I don't drink alcohol and they're like, oh, well, I don't ever get drunk. And immediately I know that there's an issue because if you struck a chord, so they're immediately trying to tell.
We all have such friends, right? We all have such friends that claim that they don't get drunk. Like there's this friend of mine, 6 years into sobriety or whatever you call, he hangs out with people that are still in that same lifestyle. The person is like, hey, your Southern Comfort is still waiting for you, right?
That's not nice.
Not nice.
Yeah. So there's an expression, crabs in a bucket. So when you reach down and grab a crab, the other ones are grabbing to pull it down. Misery loves company. And so you also said, what would people do that? And I would tell you this, it's not about the crutch. It's not about the booze. Remember, addiction can be anything. I've interviewed a lot of people on the Heart of Life podcast who are addicted to porn. It's whatever you cannot control, whatever you have no control over, and it just impulsively happens.
Could be social media scrolling, right?
Netflix and chill. It could be eating. It can be anything that distracts you from doing what you're supposed to be doing, and it's a problem because it's affecting the rest of your life or your happiness. So here's what I would say to everybody, because that's such a good question. I want to get it out. It's never about the addiction. You want better fruit, address the root. It has something to do with some sort of trauma in their childhood. And people I'm hearing a lot of this from my coaching clients. I had a great childhood. No, that's not it, Kelly. And then we start unpacking and asking questions and tell me about your upbringing. Oh, it was perfect. It was great. And then, well, what did your dad do? Well, he was a traveling salesman. And it's like, oh, so he was never around. Yeah. Do tell. What father figure? Who was your father figure? And then what did mom do? Yeah. Well, she was busy with the other kids. Oh, so she ignored you. Yeah. So maybe there's some abandonment issues. So it doesn't have to be this big thing that happened to me where I was beat over and over and over and treated like dirt. That's an easy one to diagnose, not easy to fix. It took years to do. But some people, it could be just they were ignored as a baby. And it happened a couple of times and it was in their subconscious. And then they don't know why they do things. Who are coming to work with me a lot lately are people that are massively successful that go, this is it. That's it for life. And that's the people I want to work with because that's kind of how I was. So I would go out and create chaos because I was bored.
In the chaotic family.
And it was like, let's go. And then I'm like, what else is there? And then I said, I tore it all down, and I've built now the second life, the second round of success that's really significant. Those are the people that are reaching out to me. So you're listening to this podcast and you're successful in your life and you've reached the pinnacle and you're still like, that's it. Reach out to me and we will break you down, break your life down, and get you back into significance. I always tell people it's successful people that want to become more successful and more successful people who want to become significant, is my specialty to work with. Anybody that's massively addicted to something, I can help you and steer you in the right direction. But as soon as you get to the point where you've overcome that, or at least gotten close to it, then come talk to me. But I do have lots of resources for people. And if you're not sure where to start, I can get you started. So message me on Instagram. That's where I predominantly watch. It's kelly.siegel.71, and we'll get your resources. The next book, Happier Than Life, will be coming out. Tons of resources in there. There is a little cheat sheet at the back that kind of just goes through my daily rituals that I use to be successful. And because in a newsflash for you, it's not, I call it the Siegel operating system. I borrowed the things from every single person. They're, morning gratitude walks, meditation, journaling, working out, of course. And then and podcasts, and just expanding your mind and learning, being a learn it all. People have this wrong. They think we only live once. No. You only die once. You live every day, and you live in day-type compartments. You're not going to win every single day, but live every day, and then go to the next day. What do they call it? It's what is it? The future, or I'm lost my train of thought on that one. There was a great little thing like yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, so live for today.
That's
Yesterday's history, tomorrow's a mystery. All we have is today. So that's why it's that's why it's called it's a gift. So that's why you need to be present. That's my little mantra. That's my little reminder for everybody. And there's so many people that are just existing and on autopilot. And I don't want that for anybody, because that was me. I had all the success, the financial success, the cars, the money, the women, everybody looked up to me. And I was like, this is it.
Yeah.
We ripped it all down. We built it back. And now I wake up, I'm excited every day. And there's certain days I don't do anything. Today I've been writing podcasts, solo podcasts that I do on Thursdays. I've been writing them because I'm not very good at them yet. So when I'm not good at something, I work on them and work on them and work on it and work on it. Whatever it is, I declare war on it and I win. And that's it. My secret, my secret is just, you cannot beat me, because I will not stop until I get what I'm coming for or something better. You cannot beat an unstoppable force.
Thank you so much, Kelly, for connecting with us. And listeners, if all of this resonates with you, please feel free to reach out to Kelly Siegel and subscribe to Gold Media LLC. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Kelly,
dear. It's a pleasure to meet you.